Okay, everybody, we made it. Yes, thank you. We got through another week here. Actually, this week, this market just had its best week since June. Another rally on Wall Street across the board. No surprise to any one of you who follows this blog. I'm telling you, people, we got this market. We got it by the throat. We know what it's going to do, and we know why it's doing it. It's out of control. It's going to remain out of control, and keep this in mind as I move forward with this video blog here, people. Nothing is by accident, and nothing is what it seems to be. We are marching into, again, something I have warned about for like an entire decade. A new paradigm, a new set of rules, the road to serfdom and enslavement for most people. No free thought, no free action, no free movement. It's a whole new ball game here. But look at the stock market. Like I have been explaining to you for a long time, the rich and the well-off are going to continue to stay that way. Even more dramatically so moving forward here, while everyone else is going to get destroyed. And let me say this, for those people out here that are stuck in an investment vehicle that only makes cash when the market goes higher, well, you should, well, you know what, hold that thought. Anyway, let's start at the beginning here. So yes, another rally here on Wall Street, no surprise. Market is a stone's throw from new record highs, despite the calls for crashes. It's not happening. As I outlined a few times this week, there is not even the slightest sign of danger here in the debt market, which is the driving force behind everything we're seeing here. This hyperinflating debt bubble is a Frankenstein monster. That's the truth. And on the back of that, we are seeing price action distortions that are going to get much worse moving forward here. Absolutely no doubt. Credit is flowing. The market is going higher, much higher. Crude oil today, people, finished over $82 a barrel, also going much higher. Crude oil is, people, you know what it is. What is it? What's Greg Mannarino going to tell you? It's the lifeblood of the market. It's the lifeblood of the military-industrial complex, the lifeblood of this new world order. So where do you think it's going to go lower? Like I said, nothing is what it seems to be. And all you're going to get from mainstream media is distractions, false informations, lies, the same thing throughout the political spectrum here. It's all a big design scheme to keep everyone here, off balance, not really knowing what's going on, and moreover, keep them quiet. Keep them quiet as they get sucked into a completely new system, as I warned would happen from a very long time ago. People just sit back these days and allow things to happen to them. They allow themselves to be controlled. They do whatever they're told to do. They've turned into zombie sheep. Is there such a thing as a zombie sheep? Well, I think there is now here. And this is the general population. They just follow along like the dumbed down things that they have become. And this is why, sincerely, and how the few have ruled the many since the beginning of time. But never on a scale like this. This is something new on a global scale, beginning with everything that they're throwing at us right now. I can't even mention it. I've already been warned from YouTube. I cannot mention things on this blog or they will take it down. Again, the flow of information must be controlled. But I think those of you that follow this blog know what I'm talking about. You have your own God-given intellect and you understand what's going on. You see what's happening around you. It's frankly unbelievable. But then, just like this market, it's unbelievable too. We will be hitting new record highs with regard to the stock market very, very soon. There will be no crash. Okay, laugh when you hear this kind of talk, because these people don't know what they're looking at. They don't understand the credit market. They don't understand the debt market. They don't understand the drivers behind it, nor do they understand what the end game is here. The end game of central banks has been for many, many years, as I have explained right here, to inflate, and then inflate some more. People, the issue we're seeing today with surging inflation, okay, an economy literally collapsing. Do you believe that any of this really has not been foreseen by members of the Federal Reserve? I've been telling you this, I don't know, for almost a decade. And I don't know, maybe these Fed people, maybe they're really stupid. I don't think so. They know exactly what they are doing. And they're the root cause. The Federal Reserve is the root cause of everything we're seeing here. Everything, every single thing, not just inflation. The shutdown of the global economy was a deliberate act. A deliberate act. And what are they doing? They're pointing their fingers at surging energy. They're pointing their fingers at supply chain disruptions. And just as I said they would at the onset, saying, oh, look here, taking your eyeballs off of what's really going on. And it's so out of control. Let's stick with the market a little more here. Bitcoin now over 61,000. We will be at new record highs and surpass its all-time record high very soon. Okay, I told you this would happen a while back, and it's in our faces right about here now. Crude oil, like I said, people going much higher. 10-year yield today higher. Dollar fractionally lower. The MMRI, Mannarino Market Risk Indicator, is higher. Okay? Still in the green, high green. Go have a look at it. Again, link in the description of this video. This thing has been really working like a charm. It honestly has. Gold and silver today under some pressure. People, why? It's totally rigged. And not just that, the game remains risk on, meaning cash is going to flow into the stock market. The momentum that we've built up this week, okay? Like I said, the best week in this market since June, I believe, is going to play out through next week as well. So next week, I'm going to go out on a limb here, and I'll talk about this on Sunday. My markets are look ahead, probably record highs next week. So don't be surprised, because you heard it here first. You hear most things here first, huh? Isn't that kind of interesting? Do you think there's maybe something behind that? Anyway, let's talk a little further here, people. So we got a couple of more pieces of incredible economic news. So again, what's happening here? This retail sales number today, which was much better than expected. You're watching how the mainstream is spinning this. This is people dumping dollars because their dollars are losing purchasing power extremely fast. They are hoarding goods. Look at the stores. You notice that they're starting to be cleaned out. Yeah, it's a phenomenon that's going on everywhere. People sending me pictures, showing me, hey, Greg, look at this store here in my neighborhood. The shelves are almost bare. Yeah, this is people out there. And this is exactly what you would expect to see. When you have surging inflation like this, people want to get rid of those dollars. They want to dump them before they lose even more purchasing power. So they're hoarding. Expect that phenomenon to also get worse as inflation continues to surge. There's no end in sight here. Even if, like I said, the Fed decides to do a token taper next month or the month after, it's not going to stop inflation. Inflation, people, I already told you weeks ago, we're going to get a second wave, much larger than the first. And this second wave here is going to cause people to start maybe making some noise here. And of course, the government is going to step in and take some action. People, look, it's all about control. They want people to suffer on an epic scale. They want more people dependent on Them, the government, which is the Federal Reserve, who is more than willing to fill the gaps. This is why they were created. Central banks were created for this reason, to one day own it all, to one day be the lender and buyer of last resort. They deliberately shut down the global economy for this reason. We also watched a merger, I explained to you while it was happening, between corporate entities and this new American government system, the definition of which is fascism. I told you this. I explained to you exactly how it would play out. And here it is, verbatim, word for word, just like I said. Anyway, so yes, here's some more economic news today on top of this retail sales number, which tells us that people are getting afraid. Okay, consumer sentiment, here's the news, falls to its second lowest reading in history. And they want you to believe, oh, the consumer is happy and the consumer is strong. Hey, how can we prove that? Look at retail sales. Duh. No. Retail sales are going up because people are dumping their dollars, as we have seen in every inflationary environment that you can think of, going back in history as far back as you want to look. But you're not allowed to know that. Do you think you would hear this from any of the commentators on the mainstream? No, because they're sitting there reading a teleprompter. There's no difference between a commentator on CNBC, Fox Business, or anything else than a prostitute. They're selling themselves. Worse than a prostitute. They've sold their souls. That's what they've done. They sold their souls to the devil. And that's it. And their job is to sit there and smile and lie to you. That's what their job is. Anyway, we also found out today that business activity here in the United States is slowing sharply. What else would you imagine would happen? We have an economy contracting at its fastest pace in history. You're not allowed to know that. Imagine you were to hear that from the mainstream. Oh no. You see, their job is to make you think everything's great. It's totally great. And I mean this for the well-off and the rich. For everyone else, you are being eliminated. You are being exterminated. You understand? I really hope you do. You're going away. You're becoming extinct by design. Nothing is by accident. You understand? Anyway, what else did I write here in my little book? People, honestly, look around you. This is the pathway to serfdom and enslavement. That's what's happening. I told you all, how many years ago, that we're getting into a new feudal system? Maybe you didn't want to believe it, but hey, it's here right now. Extreme haves, extreme have-nots, a wipeout of the middle class, and I mean a wipeout and extermination of an entire class of people. In enslavement, like I said, no free thought. You're not allowed to think. You have to believe what is told to you without question. You're not allowed to question anything. No free thought, no free action, no free movement. You can't go anywhere without someone telling you you can and cannot do certain things. Does this sound like a free nation to you? Of course it isn't. Absolutely not. Everything that this nation was built on is gone. And there are still people out there that still have hope. They believe in the system. They believe the Democrats and the Republicans, they're going to save them. Doesn't exist anymore, people. The system is gone. It's dead and buried. Wake the freak up. Anyway, with that said, people, I'm going to calm down here for a moment. This is Friday. We made it through another week. A hideous week. Great for the market, but a faster downturn and decay of the current environment. And you're living it. You're living it big time. As I said, this is Friday, people, so I'm going to leave you off with my favorite three things, and they should take on a greater meaning today because we need each other more than ever. Are you ready? Love each other. Care about each other. Be charitable. That's it. There is a war on right now, and it's going on right in your face. And you can expect this to get a lot worse. People, tomorrow you're going to see the crypto kid. He's going to do his gold, silver, and crypto report. Sunday you will see me for my markets a look ahead. And like I said earlier in this segment here, This momentum behind the market is probably going to continue. So for all of those of you that are praying for this market to crash, ain't happening. Not right now. Not for a long time. So just understand that and get yourself on the right side of this entire thing, like I've been explaining to you. Let them play their games. We will play ours. And we will win, because I've told you things here in this blog before they even happened. Okay? And they did happen. I'm telling you right here again. In situations like this, there's opportunity for people that have the guts to do something about it. For the rest, they just march into the slaughter. Just march into the slaughter. All right, I'm out here. Love you a lot. Please share the video. See you Sunday.